Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I'm here today with a little bit of a different video, not necessarily book recommendations, although I'm going to talk about some books, but just to kind of let you know a little informative session that thanks to some encouragement from you guys, I have been growing my book sleeve stash, as you've been noticing back here. Obviously, I do not need all of these book sleeves at all. And a few of you have asked if that's something that I'm selling, and I have finally taken the plunge after considering doing this for well over a year. And I started selling my book sleeves on my Instagram page, which again, linked below. You can find me. I did this last week Friday, and it went over better than I really expected it to. So I still have more book sleeves to offer, so I'm going to put more of them up today. They're available now. I'm going to show you the ones that are on there right now. And also kind of pair them with some books, because why not, right? So anyways, thank you to everyone who helped kind of push me along to take this plunge. This is so outside of my comfort zone. So I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support from everyone who bought book sleeves from me last week. You guys are amazing. So again, if you feel inclined to check it out, no pressure to purchase anything this time. But if you are interested, my link's below. So let's talk about what's going to be in the shop. I have two sizes as of right now that I've been making. I have a large book sleeve and a medium book sleeve. The large book sleeves fit your standard hardcover books really, really well. The medium size ones fit a paperback. I am playing around with a small size that would work for like children's books. They're the ones that my kids use, as well as Kindles or tablets. So that one I'm still perfecting, but the ones I have available now are the medium and the large. A medium book sleeve is $17 and it includes shipping. A large book sleeve is $20 and it includes shipping. Those are US prices. If you are outside the US or international, let me know and we can kind of work out pricing from there. So I think that's all the details. Let me show you what I have. So the first book sleeve I have is a medium-sized book sleeve. It fits a paperback really well. This is all just kind of vintage looking pages from books. So like Jane Eyre, Swiss Family Robinson, very bookish themed. And the book that I have inside of it is The Locksmith's Daughter, which I think goes really well with it, by Karen Brooks. I actually picked this up from a free little library, and honestly the cover grabbed me right away, even though it's kind of banged up, but still, we can still read it, right? So this follows Mallory Bright, and she's the only daughter of London's most ingenious locksmith and has apprenticed with her father for a number of years, right alongside him. After a scandal destroys her reputation, Mallory has returned to her father's home and lives almost as a recluse, really ignoring her neighbors, not leaving much, just really hiding out pretty much. But Sir Francis Walsingham, Queen Elizabeth's spymaster and a frequent client of Mallory's father, sees potential in Mallory and draws her into his world of danger and deception. The locksmith's daughter is not only good at cracking locks, he discovers, she also has talents for codes, spycraft, and intrigue, and that's what totally sucked me in. With Mallory at his service, no scheme in England or abroad is safe from discovery. So it sounds really fun, and like I said, totally gives me the vibes when I have it with this book sleeve. So this one I have in a medium, and I also have it in a large, so you can kind of see the difference in sizes, but I have that one. The next one I have is super, super summery. So I love, love, love everything about this. It is bright and just makes me want to go to the beach or to the pool. So I paired it with Beach Read by Emily Henry, because you just can't get any better than that combo. So this follows two characters. We have Augustus and we have January. I feel like I've talked about this book a ton on my channel lately. It's up next, like I'm reading this next. So they are both authors. They're renting beach houses next to each other on a lake or something like that. Augustus writes literary fiction. January writes best-selling romance, and so where her books all end in happily ever after, his characters all die. They both have some writing blocks going on. They're both having issues finishing their books before their deadlines, so they kind of call on each other to help each other out. I've heard it's fantastic. I've heard people can't put this book down. I cannot wait. This is our July book club book. Otherwise, I'd read it now, but I need to wait till it's closer to my book club meeting. So that one is what I have paired with this. This book sleeve I have both in medium and large. The next one I have, I actually had on my Instagram page last week, and it was like the first one that sold, and it's a super fun, like, summery drink type recipe, fun one. So this one I have paired with The Dirty Book Club by Lacey Harrison, because these ladies in here, they like to have their drinks. They follows our main character, MJ, and she moves from the East Coast in a very like successful job, and she moved to the West Coast to be with her fiance, and moves in with him, and it's kind of the first time they've really been living together, and she meets the neighbor next door, who is an older woman, and she kind of brings MJ into her group, into her Dirty Book Club into her Dirty Book Club group, where they read like 50 Shades of Grey and stuff like that, and they talk about it. It is a really fun book to go with a fun book sleeve. So this one is a medium. All right, the next book sleeve I have is just a really soft floral pattern. This is a large book sleeve, but I have a paperback inside, and what's really nice if you do get the large book sleeves is that if you're like me and you read more than one book at a time, you can fit both of your paperbacks in here together. So anyways, I've paired this with A Fall of Marigolds by Susan Meisner, who I just love her as an author. I know this follows the events of September 11th, but it has dual timelines. So we have Ellis Island, September 1911, and then Manhattan, September of 2011. And that's kind of all I know. It has something to do with a scarf plays a role in both timelines. I'm not sure more than that, other than I've heard it's fantastic. So, and this one I have in a large. I don't think I have a medium yet, so this one's in a large. The next one I have, I just couldn't resist. It's Puppy Paw Prince, isn't it so cute? I've been begging for a dog, and Matt is so not on board, because what's a better time to get one than now when we're all home? But he still says no. Oh well. So I've paired this with The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. This just follows the life of a dog and the boy and man that he belongs to, or they belong to each other, or whatever you want to call it. I've heard it's a tearjerker. It was made into a movie. I need to read this book, but I just know I'm gonna cry. So I have this book sleeve in both a medium and a large, but it goes really well together. The next one I have is it's Paris Monuments, basically. It's like a very light pastel color. I'm loving it. And this I combined with The Light of Paris by Eleanor Brown. I know Sarah sent me this. I don't know if I think it was the first year we did Advent Book Exchange, and I still haven't read it. Alright. But I know she raves about this one. And this follows Madeline is trapped by her family's expectations, by her controlling husband, and by her own fears in an unhappy marriage and a life she never wanted. From the outside, it looks like she has everything. It looks like the perfect life. No one would want to pass that up, but on the inside she fears she has nothing that matters. In her memories, her grandmother, Margie, is the kind of woman she should have been. Elegant, reserved, perfect. But when Madeline finds a diary detailing Margie's bold romantic trip to jazz-age Paris, she meets the grandmother she never knew, a dreamer who defied her strict family and spent an exhilarating summer writing in cafes, living on her own, and falling for a charismatic artist. So it sounds like when Madeline's marriage comes apart, she kind of goes to Paris to kind of follow in her grandmother's footsteps. So it sounds really good, and it goes really well with this. So this I have in a large book sleeve as well as a medium. The next one I have was just fun, and honestly my son picked it out and said I needed to make it. So I have Watermelons, which is super bright and again super summery. This one I paired with strictly based on color, so I paired it with The Arrangement by Robin Harding. I honestly had this sitting there and I piled these on top and I'm like, oh my gosh, color-wise, it looked kind of fun. But that's the only thing that really connects them. I think this is, let's see, a pretty woman tale turns toxic and deadly in this provocative thriller of sex, obsession, and murder from cited best-selling author, blah, blah. I know it's a thriller. I don't like to know many things about thrillers, so I'm not going to read the synopsis, other than I've heard great things about this. All right, I've got 2 left. Next one I have is a white, black, and gray star pattern. It's a little distressed to it, and this one I paired with The Night Circus. And if you've read The Night Circus, then you know why I paired this. It's just more for ambiance. So The Night Circus, this is by Erin Morgenstern, and this follows 2 apprentices who are learning how to do magic within this background of this night circus that travels around the world. It's mystical, it's magical, it's fantastic. It is so atmospheric. There are scenes I can still vividly see in my mind from when I read them. I love it. And the last one I have is just another fun summery one. We've got lemons with little pink flowers in like a blue background. This one I have paired with Love and Lemon Pie by Amy Reichert. Amy Reichert is a Wisconsin author. I love her books. They all usually take place in Wisconsin. This one takes place in Milwaukee. So we have a wife and mother, MJ, who notices her husband, Chris, seems more interested in the casino than in spending time with her. I've been to that casino. She's more bothered by her own indifference than by her husband's absence. So she picks up poker as a way for them to spend more time together and recapture some of the fun of their early relationship. Although the game doesn't give her the quality time with Chris that she'd hoped for, MJ finds she has an uncanny knack for it. Increasingly unhappy at home and intoxicated with her newfound freedom, she escapes to the Felt for comfort. After a string of great wins, she finds herself in Vegas, attracting the attention of a certain magnetic poker star. But when she's forced to choose between her precious family and exhilarating new lifestyle, the stakes may be higher than she thought. She will have to play her hand carefully or risk losing it all. So, like I said, I love Amy Reichert's works. I've read 2 of her books. This is the only one I haven't read yet, this would be a good summer to do that. So that's the last one. So all of these are available on my Instagram page right now. All you have to do is follow the link below. If you're interested in one of these, go to that specific post. The first person who writes sold on that, I will give you instructions. Basically, I need you to DM me or direct message me with your address and then your Venmo or PayPal name, and I will send a request. Once it's paid, I will mail it out to you. So again, thank you for the encouragement to start this and the support to start this. It's just a little side hustle for now. We'll kind of see what it turns into, but it's super fun. It's kind of just, I learned how to sew a long time ago and I really, really enjoy it, and this lets me have some fun. So yes, anyways, comment below if any of these books sound fun to you. Comment below if you've used book sleeves before. I know this can be somewhat of a new concept for some people. I personally love them when I have my book with me, whether it's in the bag to go to the beach or the lake, or traveling, especially traveling, because I tend to shove things in my bags. It really just protects the books. So I enjoy using it, and I tend to add other things into my book sleeve that I need. But comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.